Good morning, LKN. 7:06 on this MonYAY. November 20th, the week of giving of thanks. Thanksgiving this week. Is it too early? That's what the polls are asking today. 844 Studio 4. Has Thanksgiving come too early in the year? We're not even making it past November 25th this year, right? It's November. Isn't it like the 23rd? Isn't that Thursday? Thursday will be the 23rd. Is it too early in the month? There's a petition going around to move it to the very last Thursday of the month. Forget this whatever third Thursday stuff. It's confusing. Nobody understands it. The grocery store shelves were too full this weekend because nobody knew that they needed to go. Nobody knew that they needed to go to the grocery to prepare for Thanksgiving this weekend. It's just absolute pandemonium and chaos out there.
It's an interesting year month because the last day of the month is also a Thursday.
Thank you.
So, right, we say is it the third Thursday?
I made that up.
Okay.
I'm assuming that because technically isn't
No,
this
that
Thursday
sounds right.
the third Thursday. Now, is it the same every year?
No.
Well, no, I mean the date changes, but is it always the third Thursday?
I'm going to look that up.
That
'Cause
seems
we
important.
said that's interesting because, the last day of the year is the 30th is a Thursday.
And why not switch it to the last Thursday of the month?
Right, you're definitely on to something here.
I think it's something we should work through. 844 Studio 4, 844-788-3464. If you also call and tell me that you don't like cranberry sauce from the can, I'll get sad. I don't know why. I feel emotionally connected to it. There's just something about the can sitting on the end cap of the shelf, staring into my eyes, begging to eat. What was it? Oh, Sausage Party. Did you ever see Sausage Party, the movie?
I have.
Completely inappropriate to talk about. We won't go into the details of it, but basically it's when food comes alive.
Right.
And this is in cartoon format.
Correct.
Yeah, that's how I feel when I stare into the eyes of the cranberry sauce can.
Follow up on the Thursday.
Okay.
Thanksgiving. It's actually the fourth Thursday. So
Today or this Thursday will be the fourth Thursday?
the fourth one.
Is it always the fourth Thursday?
It is always the fourth Thursday.
Is there all? Well, that's
Yes, there's definitely always four.
There's always four.
Before you say what you're about to say.
okay.
Yes, there's
All
always
right. There's
four.
always going to be four.
More than 28 days will ensure that there's always at least four.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you're confident.
Right,
in it, I'll
7
ride
days
with
in a
it.
week divide by,
Look, you ride with it, baby.
hey,
You get that
it
mathematics
was
going on.
loosely confident.
Get mathematics going on. I learned that music is all math. I learned that last week. I didn't know
really?
that. Music is all math. Yeah, I was
You
hanging
read
out.
a lot of components for sure.
I was hanging out with Ben Daniels and Rocky Lynn in Rocky Lynn's studio last week, and they're giving me this lesson on music. And come to find out, music is all math. I never knew that.
Right.
I don't play.
Right.
I sing.
You do math.
I do some math. I like math. So it makes me wonder.
I like math too.
Why haven't I gotten better at music if I like math so much?
Well, you know what they say about math in school.
Don't do it.
It's the only subject that counts.
Oh, there we go. Oh, got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happy MonYAY to you. Today, running fast and loose. That's how we're riding today. After Saturday, did you enjoy Birkdale's tree lighting ceremony, Bill?
Are you asking me? Because yes, I definitely did. That was great to be on scene. I'm still jubilant from the experience. Like literally, this is a real smile you see. A lot of people got to shake a lot of hands, kiss a lot of babies.
I gave a lot of people directions.
Gave a lot of people directions.
They
For
were
some
in
reason,
need.
We looked like a help desk.
We did look like a help
Which
desk.
I'll take that.
Sure.
We looked inviting, and you're always welcome to call.
We
and
should have
ask
just
us for
been.
help.
We should have been wearing concierge T-shirts.
Right. But just the great event by the Birkdale crew.
And Waves
Very
Entertainment.
impressed. And Waves Entertainment. Yeah, big shout out to everybody who made that happen because as someone who just was responsible for one tent, I know that all of that, there were more tents. None of them got there by magic.
Significantly more
Yeah.
tense.
Yeah, so a lot of help, a lot of bodies, and a lot of cooperation from the community.
We'll find out. I'm going to find out from Maureen if they took any kind of numbers from being there. We'll have to see kind of where it just seemed like a lot of people.
Right, and they got the big man to show up.
He came through on, I think, in a Mustang or something. He
Right.
came in a nice car.
Right.
Dropped in real quick, lit the tree, went on the stage, did the countdown. They had the big old countdown on the stage
That they
too.
started from 40 or from 60.
Yeah, they started as a 1 minute countdown. Little long. We thought it was like 3, 2, what? Wait, no. 43, 42. Yeah, so that was a good time. If you want to go back and watch it, you can. It is on all the social media platforms. We actually
I still
did.
got to go back and watch it.
I clicked through it this weekend, like just clicking and said, "Oh Lord,
Right.
oh Lord." When my daughter showed up on the camera, just screaming in my face, it was perfect.
Right.
It really went well. It really went well.
We appreciate everyone hanging in there with us.
A lot of people dropped by to say hey. Met a lot of listeners that said,
Yes.
"I've been listening to you guys forever." Or I also got I used to listen to you, and I said, "Well, what happened?" And then we explained, well, we have multiple FM signals. So on the
Correct.
south side of the lake, you're on 105.9.
Right.
On the north side of the lake, you're at 100.7. And then shout out to our diehards, the 1400 AM in Statesville,
Yes.
because you can get us on AM in Statesville. And then we've got 2 FM signals as well. So it just makes for a fun conversation every time, depending on our geographic territory. I met Joe Larson from 107.9. He came up to me and said hey. So always nice to see other broadcasters out there.
That's big time.
Came up, say hey real quick. Kiss 95.1 was there as well. They were in the crowd. I didn't.
Pretty sure we were the only ones live.
Yeah. Oh no, that definitely happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. We got to see the Grinch. We met the Grinch.
I know who the Grinch is.
We know who the Grinch is. She's actually going to be in studio this week
Right.
on Wednesday Day during Bill Russell's show Town Talk.
I think she's going to be on today.
She's going to be on
She's
today.
going to be on next week's show.
She's going to be on next week's show.
Correct.
Oh, so
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
We didn't even realize. Like, we were talking about the Grinch live on the broadcast. She was like dancing. Is this the naughty Grinch, the nice Grinch? Wasn't sure which Grinch
Right.
it was.
Right.
But sure enough, then we met her. What if she was lying to us? What if she really wasn't the Grinch?
No, you don't. You couldn't make that lie up. That would have been.
You wouldn't think to do that?
No,
Like,
I
it
would
was
not
a-
think to do
No.
that. And I would think to do things like that.
Like just to get cool points? Like,
Right.
oh, if I tell these guys I'm the Grinch,
Right.
likely my cool points go up.
Right. Plus, I mean, she told us. So
She
Yeah.
did tell us. We didn't ask about it. Like, hey, are you the
why
Grinch?
would
We're
I,
seeking
why
the Grinch.
would I think to ask? Yeah.
I didn't think to
I
do
am
that.
the Grinch.
Yeah. But
We're like, ha ha ha. She's like, no, really.
is it okay as of now to have Christmas stuff out?
Yes, that got it started for me.
As Brian Summers said, America is back.
We are.
That was the mantra by the end of the night. America is back, and we're going to be back after a break. Today, we've got a couple of things going on. Frank Wright is messing up. I've been saying this for a while. It's not getting any better. The rumors are spreading about Frank. I also got some rumors on Bill Belichick. I told you
Really?
I had one previously. I got an update on that one.
I gotta get your sources.
I
man.
got an update on the rumor of Bill Belichick, and then
You got word of the day?
we're gonna have word of the day. We're gonna get a look from Jeff. Shout out to Argentina. New president in Argentina. Did
New
you see?
prezi.
Did you see the new president
I
coming?
did.
Looking like he's straight off the Beatles lineup.
Right.
That's where
does.
that's where we're at in Argentina right now.
He seemed excited.
Excitement doesn't begin to. I can't. I don't think you could describe that as excitement. That's pure jubilee. He's got a few agenda items. We may have a clip. I don't speak Argentinian. Is it? What do they speak there in Argentina?
Ooh.
We'll look it up.
There's more Good Morning LKN on the way.
We've got the information directly from Ben Daniels, Senior Director of Sensory. Argentina, they speak Spanish there. That's what he wanted me to know. Whether or not that's true or not, blame him if it's wrong. That's how we do things around here. WSICnews.com/holiday. Be sure to sign up for the 12 days of Christmas giveaway starting December 7th through the 22nd. We will announce a winner every day during Good Morning LKN. What we want to do is see who the winners are on the streets, though, right now. We've got Jeff from iCats on the phone, rideicats.com, alternative transportation, $3 to commute from Iredell County to the city of Charlotte. Jeff, how are the streets looking?
Good morning, Justin. In the state or in Troutman at exit 42, if you're getting on from Troutman going to 77 South, there's a semi that's stopped. There's a state patrolman behind him. I don't know if, and so you just be careful. You kind of have to go to the right and get around the semi. So be careful at that on ramp. And then as far as 77 North and South, everything was flowing this morning. Of course, being Thanksgiving weekend, be prepared for heavier traffic during the day. But there's no accidents to report and no problems that I've heard on of the secondary roads in the Statesville-Mooresville area this morning.
Now, Jeff, they're saying Tuesday and Wednesday this week will be the busiest travel days, and then Sunday on the way back for people returning home. Are you doing any traveling this week, Jeff? Are you homebound?
I'm homebound, so all my immediate family will be coming to the house for Thanksgiving.
Okay, not a bad way to enjoy the day. You had a good weekend, I would imagine. How was the horseshoe for you?
It was great. I was telling Bill that I was talking to one of the ladies at the stadium, asking some questions that works there, and told her that my brother-in-law had played there. I never got to see him. I was adopted when I was 10, and so that was my biological family side. And she said, well, come back to the stadium at 10 till 2, and I want to make sure you have a great day. Well, she gets me behind security, introduces me to a guy named Doug Malone, who his father started a tradition of handing Buckeyes to the coach and the players. Well, he said, would you like to have the honor of handing Coach Day a Buckeye?
Oh.
I said, oh, would I ever? So I was literally right there as the team come into the stadium, all dressed up in their suits. And so got to see, so they took me around part of the stadium that most people don't get to see during that time. And so I had an excellent time, and Ohio State won 37-3.
What a weekend, Jeff. That's what everyone dreams of right there. We appreciate you sharing that with us.
Wow.
It doesn't get any
That is
better.
awesome.
That's amazing. That is so cool.
That's very cool.
That is so cool. Well, we appreciate you, Jeff. Appreciate all that you do for us and for iCats and keeping people safe on the streets. Going to be an interesting week. Tomorrow and Wednesday, going to be interesting to get the reports from you. You'll be working tomorrow and Wednesday, I assume, right?
Yeah, I'll be working Friday. All we do is dialysis patients. They have to have their dialysis. So Friday, iCats won't be transporting anybody except for our normal dialysis patients.
All right, keeping a lookout for the people.
Friday.
Tomorrow, also Tuesday, is the VA hospital day in Salisbury. So if you got appointments at the VA, you might want to move them to Tuesday. So that way you can ride with iCats out there, $1 each way to get out to Salisbury. Jeff, we appreciate you keeping a look at the streets. We'll check in with you at 8:15.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you, Jeff. You too. What a cool story. Good for him.
That was
man.
awesome, right?
Good for him, dude. That is very, very cool. And so Troutman again. Once again in Troutman, there's an 18-wheeler on the on-ramp, so just be careful with the state trooper behind it. Just use caution as you are entering 77.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner. Well, a bird is a winner.
It's time for the word of the day. What's the word?
Word of the day.
Today's word of the day is dilettante.
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 There's two T's there. You sure it's just dilettante?
I am sure.
Okay.
I have made this thing
Dilettante.
pronounce it to me many times while you're talking to Jeff. Dilettante. It says it's an adjective here, but from my thorough research, it's also a noun. And I think noun is
Is that allowed?
Yeah, so I'll let you. I'll give you both ways to use it.
Okay. All right.
I won't give it to you. You can use it however you want, as a noun
This,
or an adjective.
this is a personal decision right
Yes.
here.
Yes. Would you like to hear it in a sentence?
I'm going to need it
Well,
in
hold
a
on.
sentence.
Can I spell it for our listeners?
I think you're going to need to because,
All right.
again, little,
Yeah.
situation going on with it.
For those following along at home, dilettante, dilettante. A lot of T's there. 3. A few.
A silent T. Two silent
One of
Ts.
them's got to be silent.
One of them is.
Yeah. The critics did not see the heiress as a serious filmmaker, only as a dilettante who was bored with her life.
What is it called whenever, privileged, person, not supposed to be there.
How about this? When it comes to learning how to play guitar, my daughter is a dilettante who will practice on one day, but not the next day.
Inconsistent.
You're right around it. This would be amazing if you got it.
Give me that sentence one more time. That second one.
Yeah. When it comes to learning how to play the guitar, my daughter is a dilettante who will practice one day, but not the next day.
Naturally gifted. Not lazy. Not serious.
You're all around it. You're all around it.
Oh, you know I don't like
Yeah,
that.
you're gonna.
I don't like that.
You're very close. A person whose interest in an art or an area of knowledge is not very serious, aka like a dabbler.
Dabbler.
Right? Someone who just kind of dabbles in something but doesn't really take it to that deep level.
Dabbler. So dabbling dilettanteishly.
Yes.
To dabble is to dilettante.
Dilettante.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I shan't dilettante about it.
No.
That's enough? No?
No.
You have to add more to it than that.
Yeah.
You can't just like,
That sounds fine, but now that I know what dilettante means, I'm waiting for more.
you want more or I have to give you more?
You have to give me more. I don't think that's a complete sentence. I believe that's a fragment.
I tend to dilettante in baking, as this weekend I made a tres leches cake, and it wasn't 100% what I wanted.
I mean, hit the horn. That wasn't too bad. But listen, tres leche.
Tres leches. So since we went to this might be my first tres leches on record that I tried at Burritos and Ribs. We did the mouthing off episode of
Sure.
Burritos and Ribs.
Gotcha.
I tried the tres leches cake there. There is another Mexican restaurant that is where IHOP used to be on 25, by Target. You know where the IHOP used to be, behind the Burger King and all that?
Oh, yeah.
It is now a Mexican restaurant. It starts with like a C. I can't remember off the top of my head. You might know it. It's a tough location. You really got, like, you can see it from the road.
You got to know where you're
But
going
to
get
get
there.
to it, yeah, like similar, like, if you're going to Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Burger King, the car wash, right? It's in that kind of parking lot. So I wanted to make it at home. I wanted to make tres leches. Demi doesn't drink milk. Like, she'll have it in cereal, but she's not choosing milk like as a beverage at any point in time. In fact, like, she leaves like a significant percentage of her cereal dry. It's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. But so tres leches, right? 3 milks. So you got condensed, whole milk, and some other goobly gop milk that goes in it. Delicious. You combo it all together, you pour it over the cake, you let it soak. My sponge, though, did not rise the way that I wanted it to. So it was more like you ever had like one of those kind of like compressed layer style cakes?
Sure.
It was kind of like that.
Right.
More like, I don't want to call it a wafer,
Right.
but it definitely, it was not restaurant grade. We'll put it that way. It was
okay.
not restaurant grade.
Homemade.
The taste was good. The taste was good. Even Demi was like, all right, it's not bad. And she came back for more.
Right.
She
Hey,
came
now.
back for more.
The
And
compliment that went unsaid.
Emmy, 2 bites. More.
Yeah.
And there was none left on the plate. So,
Mas.
yeah, exactly,
Mas.
exactly. So that was my dilettante activity over the weekend.
Yeah, but I don't even know if that's a good example because it sounds like you were in there.
I love bacon, man.
Right.
I love
Right,
doing
so
a
you're
random
not
bacon.
a dilettante when it comes to baking.
I'm trying to convince Demi to let me make cinnamon rolls on Thanksgiving morning, like homemade cinnamon rolls.
Wow.
But because there's already such a spread that takes place on Thanksgiving,
Right.
You throw in early breakfast.
Sure.
Because we don't eat late. I'm not like
Right.
a late night dinner eater. And with the kids in particular, we prefer the lunch style Thanksgiving.
Right.
Because then you have the full day to let it settle,
Correct.
The pressure's over.
Right.
We're definitely we're going to cook it the night before and then heat it
Right.
on Thanksgiving. That's just our style. We used to do the whole like bake the turkey on day of and all that. There's just a lot of risk, especially I used to play with deep fried turkeys a lot.
It can go wrong.
And it has. I've experienced that. I firsthand knowledge here. When you cook the turkey wrong and you don't have a backup,
Right.
things get dicey.
Right now, there will be a lot of dilettantes this Thanksgiving.
This is probably the
when
highest.
it comes to it's dilettante season.
That's exactly the
Right,
highest
all of a
percentage of
sudden,
dilettantes.
I'm a cook. Yeah, I know how to
I'm out
smoke
here.
some turkey here.
I'm out here.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing this thing. Mac and cheese, not a problem. Best homemade rolls you ever had. Cranberry sauce, keep it in the can.
Right. I saw this video. Like I said, this Thanksgiving, come correct. I don't need anyone's experiments or anything like that. Come correct with our.
Well, you survived Friendsgiving,
Yes.
and then now you're making the trek to Baltimore.
Yes. Very excited.
Are you guys bringing or making a dish?
I should make some more banana pudding because I tried some over the weekend.
Oh, that's right, because you didn't have any
Right.
whenever you made it
Right.
for Friendsgiving.
But it's kept me alive this past weekend, so I enjoyed it. It was good. I'm nice.
There was no dilettante move in that
Right.
banana
I
pudding.
thought it was, but no. Turns out I'm a pro.
How were the nanas in it? Were they still
Good. Everything's still good. You would think a little soft, but it still flowed and complemented each other well.
I love a good banana pudding, man. With
I
the
do too.
wafers in it,
Get
too.
you some
know?
of Bill's banana pudding.
Bill's banana pudding. We can start slaying that by the cup.
That's what I'm saying.
This Thanksgiving coming to you soon?
Soon.
Maybe.
Soon. I don't know. I'm a bit of a dilettante, so.
It may or may not work out. So Frank Wright, we're gonna talk with Joe Berg, WSIC Sports Director at 8:30. We got to figure out what is going on with Frank Wright. I think I know. I think I've got the answer.
Oh boy.
Keep it around.
Good morning, LKN. 7:33. It is that holiday season. 12 days of Christmas giveaways taking place for WSIC starting December 7th. All you got to do is go to WSICnews.com/holiday. Sign up right now. You'll be entered to win. It's free. You don't have to buy anything. We will announce the winners on Good Morning LKN starting December 7th, but we will notify you if you are the winner.
Awesome gifts.
Some top-notch stuff. We had a couple of them on display at the tree lighting ceremony.
Little karaoke machine.
Karaoke machine. Shout out to all the people out there letting the pipes loose.
Right.
A little scooter action.
Do you have a karaoke song?
Do I have a karaoke song? It'd probably be Michael Jackson's Free Willy.
Okay.
Dun-na-na-na-na.
Yes. That's a good
I will be there.
That's got a good build up too.
Dun,
That's a
dun.
good energy.
See something like that.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Cool.
Also, an electric scooter. We've got like an Echo Dot. We got Apple TV. 2-night stay at Greystone Lodge we're going to give away, too, as part of it.
I think that's the crown jewel. I feel like that's one of those places where you win that, and then you're like, oh, wow, we're coming back.
And I use it as
Regardless.
my tactic because, really all we're doing is data harvesting, right? Like that's ultimately what we're doing
Justin.
is we're taking people's information and we're using it for whatever purpose we want. And so at the tree lighting ceremony, you'd have the kid come up. Yeah. You like the scooter? You like the scooter? Tell your parents to register the win. Parent would have their phone up. I don't think I'm going to give you my data. Well, hey, parent, let me let you know 2-night stay at Greystone Lodge. Oh, let me give you my data.
Right.
That was that carrot, right? Like right at the end of the stick of give me your data. And that's how we do things around here. I saw a tweet, and look, I'm one of the biggest sports fans there are in the world, right? Like I know more about sports than almost anybody.
I am excited about this next little segment you got because you just taught me something.
Did I?
Yes.
That doesn't happen very often.
It does happen often, but
Saints running back Alvin Kamara was at a Hornets game, I believe last week. Were you at this game?
no, I don't think I was at this game.
You weren't at this game. This looks like it was against the Grizzlies. Is that
No,
who?
I was not there for that game.
Okay. Well, he's there, and clearly this is at the Spectrum Center.
Right.
Well, Alvin Kamara is, again, the Saints running back, so we don't like him here in Charlotte.
Correct.
If you know anything about football, I know
NFC
more.
South.
I know more than anybody. The Panthers and the Saints don't get along.
Right.
Sean Payton, we want him to lose every game wherever he goes to coach, even though it's not at the Saints anymore. That's how deep
Right.
the NFC
Nothing
South rivalry
dilettante
goes.
about it.
Nothing.
Yes.
And so Alvin Kamara stepping into the Spectrum Center should have known better, but they put him up on the Jumbotron anyway. But he wasn't even here like as a Saint.
Right.
He was here in his capacity in NASCAR.
Right.
Did you know he was involved in NASCAR?
I did not know that he was involved in NASCAR, and I'm doing some brief skimming power reading right now.
Growth and engagement advisor.
Right.
And I don't know if he still is or not, because as you begin to Google his name and that position, it looks like he got into a little bit of trouble a few months back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not too familiar with it. I only stay on my focus in sports is on the field, not off.
Right.
What they do off the
A
field
pro. Yeah.
is not my business.
Sure.
I got nothing to do with it. I don't care what they do in their personal time. I only want them to hit as hard as they can when they're on the field. That's the only thing that matters to me. Whatever they do in their personal time is between them and the Lord. That's it. That's a little extreme, I understand. But my point is here, he got booed at a Hornets game. Should we allow the rivalries to go that deep?
First off, absolutely.
Okay.
Second off, yes. I mean, what? Alvin Kamara, I did not know that he was involved with NASCAR whatsoever.
Should we picket NASCAR because they allowed someone from the NFC South to take place in leadership?
Correct.
That's the real question. We've got 844 Studio 4. Should our area give up on NASCAR because Alvin Kamara is allowed to take place in it? What do you think? Does he even know how to engage people? Does he even know how to get engagement?
So yeah, I guess he owns like some a juice and smoothie chain, and I guess he got in with some sponsorships on the Xfinity series.
Oh, Xfinity. He's trying to get in
Back in
via
the day.
Xfinity series.
And since then, he's kind of, I guess,
Evolved.
grown his way up.
Is he still an advisor?
It says I guess I got to check these dates. This is a March article that I'm looking at, and things have changed since then.
Here's
so.
the thing I think that bothers me most of all. He's only 27.
Right.
Every time I watch sports, I think to myself, what am I doing with my life?
Right. Oh,
Knowing that some of these kids coming into the NFL are what?
They're only going to get younger.
21? 22? That's like, isn't that like a
22,
high
yeah.
number?
Yeah,
Isn't that a high
maybe
number?
even a little bit older now, just because the COVID stuff. But yeah, that's
Oh, because of the red shirt kind of
Right,
delay
right.
and coming out to the league.
Right.
Is that a real effect we're seeing in the NFL right now?
Yeah, you definitely can see some older players for sure.
Like how old though? Like when you say older.
I think like Stetson Bennett, the quarterback for Georgia last year, he was drafted by the Rams.
Okay.
I think he's older than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's been in the league for like 3 years now, 4 years.
Lamar Jackson looks older than 3 years in the league.
Well, he's not.
Is that
Spring chicken?
Would you agree with that? That he looks like he's older than 3 years in the league?
No,
You don't think so?
no. I know my relationship with Lamar is probably different than your relationship with Lamar.
There's definitely true about that.
Yeah,
How do you feel about Lamar this year?
I like him. I wish I had him.
Should the Panthers try to get Lamar?
No,
No?
no, we should not try to bring in any great players right now. We should enjoy them on their teams that they're on.
we shouldn't try to add him in the
Yeah,
mix.
we're not ready till we figure out who we are, because we seem to be at a loss.
Do you think we could get Alvin Kamara to come play for us?
I would take a Saints player to come and suffer.
Is that like how we can get
Suffer
back at
with
Sean
us.
Payton? Like,
Yeah.
give us Kamara.
Kamara would help.
Hasn't Kamara been playing for a minute? Like, where they?
Yeah.
He's the reason why typically we don't make it to the playoffs. If like when we've had that rivalry, Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, that
Yeah.
whole Saints dynamic,
Yeah, I hated the Drew Brees era.
it was
So
rough.
bad.
Because we
He
and
was
then-
so good.
you know when it only got worse was when Tom Brady came to the NFC South. It was
Right.
like, really? We
Right.
just have no like we are playing Billy Bean style football over here,
Right.
trying to just get into the playoffs, and y'all are messing us up.
Yeah,
I'm glad I taught you something about Alvin Kamara today.
yeah. I
Mm.
didn't know that, but I'll be following along.
He's
So I
smiling
can-
in the picture, so I
so
don't
now
think
I
it can be
can-
that bad,
Now
right?
I can root against whoever his sponsor is.
In Xfinity.
Right.
What if it was Joe Gibbs Racing? Would you go against him then?
Probably not.
Yeah, that'd be like the one exception to the rule, I think.
Right. But I would have a stern talking to with Mr. Gibbs.
I would have
Strongly worded emails.
to, and I would not be dilettante about it.
No.
Not at
no.
all. I would be very direct.
No,
and
you
to
are
the
now
point.
you are my world now.
I also I've watched this clip about 1,000 times. You know, Las Vegas happened this weekend at F1.
Yes,
Did-
I
did
stayed up.
you-
I actually stayed up and watched. I had a really weird sleep pattern.
Yeah. So
on
what was the
Saturday night.
time of the
How
actual
bizarre
race?
is that? All right, so here it is, the Las Vegas GP. All this hoopla has been made about it all week. You know, it's been more pageantry than sport, it seems. That race, I saw that it was going to take place at 10 p.m. I was like, 10 p.m. All right, well,
That's pretty late.
all right, that's late, but that makes sense. I guess it's 7 p.m. there.
Okay.
You know, time difference.
Relative.
Then I find out it's 10 p.m. Las Vegas time, 1 a.m. East Coast time.
Why so late?
Why so late? Come on, Sin City.
Well, they party late.
I know, but I mean, come on.
I can't handle like that.
The only reason but I feel like half your audience, you just lose them because they're asleep. Or
Does the East Coast care about F1?
and that's the other thing, right? I'm sure their European times make more sense. And,
Oh,
and
so they're trying to get Europe to see what America is like.
right,
Oh.
right. But it was a great spectacle, a fun race.
So what time was it like over in Spain?
That's what I gotta
yeah.
look that up. We'll probably attack that.
It's
Well,
kind of like when we watch football that happens in England type thing.
Right,
You know what I mean? It's
right.
like it's early, but
Right.
we'll still watch it because it's at a time when we're up.
right. So it seems like the only reason they would pick that time would be, and I'm just guessing here.
We're
I don't know what
completely
time,
speculating.
Right, would be to cater to that time.
Rooted in fact.
Now, if it's 5 a.m. in Spain and England or whatever, then what are we doing racing at 10?
Yeah, if nobody's lined
If
up,
nobody's
it's kind of
watching,
like,
then what
is the sport dead? Is that what
Right.
we're trying to do? Is kill it?
And I haven't seen any ratings or anything like that.
Well, I still go back to the trial runs, to the practice.
Sure.
And the guy who hits the drain.
Yeah.
I just kind of went down a rabbit hole on Twitter a little bit because on X, I wasn't on X, I was on X, the platform, and the moment that the car hits the drain plate, the sewer plate, but I was really curious, like this random account that everyone is referencing who has this video. This is where my mind went to. This random account of at NIKHIL02MISTRY. How did this person get the video? How did this one who is this? Is this like a worker that has leaked the video? You know what I mean? Like I always wonder, like everyone's referencing the single post of the security camera. This dude's got 41 followers, and yet he's releasing the video. This is the deep state level stuff we're talking about right now. So And I don't know why I got on this rabbit hole, but I was investigating the internet for things to discuss.
Sure.
And I think to myself, how does this happen that this guy, and all of a sudden this thing's, going viral out there? How does that happen? Like, who is this guy?
Right.
How does the internet choose? Does anyone have the formula for why the internet chooses what it chooses?
There is definitely a formula from what I hear.
There is?
What are they? Algorithm?
Yeah, the algorithm, yeah. But
I would imagine that's the formula. I don't know.
does anyone know algo? I need
algo.
Somebody call algo right now. 844 Studio 4. I thought you really had it for a second. Like I thought you had like the formula.
Why would I know the formula, Justin?
You got excited. You got excited. Like I know the formula. Like what? You know the formula?
7:44 in the morning. Why would I know anything?
You're normally awake this early. You actually used to get up earlier than the times we get up now.
Sometimes, yeah.
No, it definitely would. Frank Wright is still messing up. Look, I'm telling you, we're gonna talk to Joe Berg at 8:30. I've called it. I called it.
Did you watch any of the Las Vegas GP?
I caught some clips. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
You stayed up till 4
I
in the morning?
Went to bed at 10 or like 11.
Woke up
20 laps into the race. I was like, oh, all right. I'll just stand up and watch it.
You
Cracked
stood
me
up
a
out
cold
of
one
and solo at the apartment for the weekend too.
Right off the sofa. Oh, all right.
We'll watch this. Who won?
Verstappen.
Oh, he won again.
Oh yeah,
He seems good.
he's fast.
I'm fast.
More Good Morning LKN.
Good morning, LKN. 7:48 on this MonYAY. Hope it's a good one for you. 12 days of Christmas coming up for WSIC starting December 7th through the 22nd, giving away prizes every single day. No purchase necessary. WSICnews.com/holiday to sign up. Congratulations to Javier Milei? Milei? Mr. President of Argentina. He has won. We've got a clip here from the old Twitter sphere. My guess is this is his victory lap video, if I had to guess. WSICnews.com, also all the social platforms.
Deporte, afuera. Ministerio de Cultura, afuera. Ministerio de Ambiente y Desarrollo Sostenible, afuera. Ministerio de las Mujeres y Género y Diversidad, afuera. Ministerio de Obras Públicas, afuera. Aunque te resistas. Ministerio de Ciencia y Tecnología e Innovación, afuera. Ministerio de Trabajo, Empleo y Seguridad Social, afuera. Ministerio de Educación, Adoctrinamiento, afuera. Ministerio de Transporte, afuera. Ministerio de Salud, afuera. Ministerio de Desarrollo Social, afuera. Se acabó el curro de la política. ¡Viva la libertad, carajo!
All right, you know I don't speak Spanish, so I'm gonna have to interpret that.
Turismo y Deporte,
Ministry of Sports and
afuera.
Tourism, out.
Ministerio de Cultura,
Ministry of Culture,
afuera.
out.
Ministerio de Ambiente
Ministry
y
of the
Desarrollo
Environment and
Sostenible,
Sustainable
afuera.
Development, out.
Ministerio de las
Ministry of
Mujeres y
Women,
Género y
Genders and
Diversidad,
Diversity,
afuera.
out.
Ministerio de
Ministry
Obras
of Public
Públicas,
Works,
afuera.
out.
Aunque te
Even if you
resistas.
resist.
Ministerio de Ciencia y
Ministry of Science,
Tecnología y
Technology, and
Innovación,
Innovation, that one doesn't seem bad.
Ministerio de
Out.
Trabajo, Empleo y Seguridad
Ministry of
Social,
Labor,
afuera.
Employment,
Ministerio
out.
de Educación,
Ministry of Education,
Adoctrinamiento,
Indoctrination,
afuera.
out.
Ministerio de Transporte,
Ministry of Transport,
afuera.
out.
Ministerio de Salud,
Ministry of Health,
afuera.
out. Ministry of Social Development,
afuera.
out.
Se acabó
The thievery
el
of
curro de la
politics is
política.
over.
¡Viva la libertad, carajo!
Long live liberty. I like that. That's Trump-esque right there. That's President Trump-esque. Go back to 2016 and where you were at. That's where Argentina is right now. The chainsaw guy. He's carrying chainsaws to rallies from floats.
Right.
On. Like real chainsaw on. It's Argentina. The standards are less there. Here they'd have like, no chain on the actual belt. You know what I mean of it?
Sure.
Down there though,
Right.
fresh off the job site. They just handed it to him. So a worker handed it to him from off the street. So he wins Argentina.
Yes, Javier Milei, a volatile far-right libertarian who vowed to exterminate inflation and take a chainsaw to the state. He has been elected president of Argentina, catapulting South America's second-largest economy into an unpredictable and potentially turbulent future. Seems excited, though.
The article says that he's going to send it into a turbulent future?
That's just what this little paragraph... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
little
you can
excerpt.
understand where that publication
Correct.
likely stands in the thoughts of him being there.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
that's something, a skill we all should learn when you read a headline. You
Right.
can know...
Know what point of view
Right.
you're reading it from.
What opinion you will
Right.
be inundated with.
What they're trying to do with my idea.
Right.
And my box.
Very dilettante-like. Very dilettante-like
Ooh, okay.
most of the time in headlines and in articles, which are really opinions these days. My opinion of this, since we're throwing out opinions, I'm excited to see what happens. I think the world needs a good shakeup. I think everybody needs a good shakeup every once in a while. We need to shake some things up. Argentina clearly needs to shake some things up. And they should be allowed to. Like it's that they voted for it. Their people voted for it. Long live Argentina. I'm all for it. Isn't that where
Yeah, that's
Messi's
how it
from? How
goes.
does Messi feel about this guy?
I'm not sure.
We should ask him.
All right. I'll try to reach out to him over
Okay.
the break.
Okay.
But yeah, he seems very excited.
Yeah.
And like you said, they voted. I mean, that's like how it goes, right?
Yeah, people vote. I don't know what the numbers were. Like, was it close or not? I mean, there seemed to be a lot of celebration occurring for him, and which is good. Okay, so it looks like he landed some 56% of the votes. 56%. So more than 50.
More than 50,
More
more
than-
than half.
More than half of the people like him. And that's what it takes to win. More than half. Unless you have an electoral college, then things get different,
Yes.
which is what we have,
Yes.
an electoral college.
Are we the only people who have that?
It's a great question. It's one I can make up an answer to, but I don't know.
I'm
Are
just
there
gonna
other
Google it.
countries with states?
What?
I mean, sure, there's cities. There's provinces. do other countries have states? Like, what are the, how many countries have an electoral college? I feel like that's a fair question to ask in the world. Are we an anomaly? Where's my civics and economics people?
We are not we are not
We're not an anomaly?
an anomaly in
Okay.
terms of electoral colleges.
Who's got electoral colleges?
All right, got to do some scrolling.
Let's find this out.
Burma, aka Myanmar.
Sure, population of...
Burundi, Estonia, India,
Oh, India.
Madagascar.
Oh,
Nepal,
shout out to Madagascar. And Nepal?
Pakistan,
They divide them 500 people up into different
Trinidad and
colleges?
Tobago.
What? Trinidad. Oh, shout out Trinidad.
I can't pronounce that place. Vanuatu, and Vatican City.
Vatican City?
Yeah.
Itself, isn't that part of Italia?
It is.
But they have their own?
This is just what the article says.
Well, when you find it on the internet, you know it's true.
Right.
That's exactly
Just
how we
reading
live our life.
quickly.
Quickly scrolling, looking for single words that connect in my brain. It doesn't get more dilettante than this. Doesn't get more dilettante than this. Argentina, switching it up in the political game, going far-right libertarianism. I think there's a lot more people that consider themselves libertarian than either Republican or Democrat.
Sure.
Like on paper, they'll be one or the other
Right.
because we have a two-party system. But it's amazing how many times I'll be having a conversation with somebody like, well, I'm really like a libertarian. I'm like, well, are you registered as a libertarian? Or like, no, I'm not.
Right.
But my beliefs go toward libertarianism. So, well, why be with a party? Why not just go unaffiliated? And then you can, pick whoever you want, depending on who you like and what
Right.
you believe. Because that's cool about North Carolina. So even states, right? Not every state in the United States has unaffiliated.
I did not know that.
Yeah. North Carolina has unaffiliated as an option. Not every state even allows you to be unaffiliated. Some states force you to be a party. Can you believe it?
I can't.
They do. They force it down your throat.
Why would they not just add another box?
Seems easy enough.
Right.
Don't know how long that takes in the government, though.
Mm.
There's a lot of dollars involved.
Yeah,
It's a lot of time.
I can imagine.
And unaffiliated is, a unique conundrum. It gets different, though, like when you vote for primary and general.
Okay.
Like, I think, I might be wrong here, but I'm going to say it anyway. Primary time, if you're unaffiliated, you have to pick a particular ballot, I believe. I don't think you can just see everybody. You have to, specify a ballot, I believe.
Okay.
But there are also some instances if you're unaffiliated, you can't vote, at a particular time.
Right.
I might be wrong about that. General election doesn't matter. Yeah, you can vote.
Yes.
But it's the primary season where there's some things, like if you're
Right.
unaffiliated.
Right.
That's the trade-off. It's a trade-off. So if you like a particular candidate, or you don't like a particular candidate, there's a whole thing. Nah, I won't spread that rumor. It's not a rumor. It's true. But I don't want to promulgate a concept of voter situation.
All we got is time, man. Go ahead and let it out.
I'm debating it right
ready.
now. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm not doing it. We'll just say congratulations to President-elect.
President-elect.
President-elect Malai. Oh, hit him with it. We should really welcome him to America. Come see a Panthers game.
Right.
Then you'll get a real feel for how America feels right now. Because the atmosphere at the
We're hurt.
Panthers game, it is a true reflection of how people feel right now in this country.
Actually, the atmosphere from what I hear at the game was pretty lively. Unfortunately,
For the other team.
it was not with Panther fans.
It was with the Cowboys fans.
Yeah, so I stay a few blocks away from the stadium, and the city was noticeably loud yesterday, especially
Like
yesterday.
early in the morning, too?
Early in the morning, throughout the day, it was just noticeably louder. Like you step outside, it was a gorgeous day, gorgeous weather all weekend.
You know what I did at one point?
What's that?
I went out and mowed the lawn. I said, I can't do this anymore right now.
Right.
I need a break.
It was a great day for it.
It was a beautiful day for it. I just couldn't take any more of zero offensive line being readily available for Bryce Young whatsoever.
Yeah,
Zero.
yeah. But the Cowboy fans were
Come
in
on
full effect.
through.
Come early, stay late.
Did you watch any other sports for the weekend? Did you watch any basketball?
I did not watch any hoops.
No hoops.
No
I caught a
hoops.
couple minutes of hoops. Saturday night is like heavy for hoops.
Yeah.
Saturday night. So after we got back from the tree lighting, I'm like decompressing, laying in bed. I turned on the tube,
Right.
and caught a little basketball.
I
Don't
actually
watch it
did
too
watch
much.
a little bit of the Hornets-Knicks game. I think that's the game it was on Saturday night. It was pretty good. We lost. Brandon Miller scored about 30 points, though.
I saw what's his name was back. Miles Bridges.
Right.
That's a good thing, right? Is that good?
If we're talking on the court, sure.
Yeah, I don't care what they do off the court.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was about
I
to
mean,
say,
I do care what they do off the court. I do. Let me be clear in this situation. I do care what players do off the court.
Right. Yeah, it was good to have him back.
They shouldn't be
we
allowed to
did
be
not
on
win.
the court if they do certain things off the court.
That makes sense.
Let's be
That
honest.
makes sense,
I'll get serious for. Let me get serious with you guys for one moment.
Oh, this
let
8
me
o'clock.
get
No, let's get serious for the 8 o'clock hour.
the 8 o'clock hour. It's going to be only serious. I will not make any jokes in the 8 o'clock hour. Not one. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can be totally serious for an entire hour for the first time ever on Good Morning LKN. Stick around for the 8 o'clock hour. It's gonna get real. It's never been more serious. It all starts with a simple thing that's going on across this country. Indicted!
Order unconstitutional and present no evidence that his word.
he will bring to Argentina will be drastic and immediate. Now, there's likely a tough road ahead for the outsider, who's tasked with addressing the nation's $400 billion debt, a 140% inflation rate, and fuel and medicine shortages.
That's Fox's Todd Pyro. On Wall Street, stock futures are down slightly, coming off a third straight week of gains. On Sunday Night Football,
Vikings bring the heat again. Wilson throwing, it's up for grabs, and it's caught for the touchdown!
that Russell Wilson to Cortland Sutton late TD was the game winner for Denver, beating Minnesota 21-20 on NBC. The Broncos' fourth straight win snaps the Vikings' 5-game win streak. Division leaders Detroit, Jacksonville, Miami, and San Francisco also won. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Folks, you know Randy Mary sells vehicles the King of Price way, but did you know our service department, we service vehicles the King of Price way. We sell tires, we sell brakes, we sell batteries, we sell the maintenance. We help you keep your vehicle on the road safe, ready to drive. Whatever the season is, Randy Mary service departments have you covered. Come see us today because, folks, again, you know we sell the King of Price way and we do service the King of Price way.
King of Price, Randy Mary and Statesville.com.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Coming off a beautiful weekend, we'll have slightly cooler temperatures this week, starting with Monday, partly sunny with an afternoon high near 57 degrees. Heading into the evening, clouds will start to roll in and there will be a chance of rain, 50% chance of showers, mainly through the overnight. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Now, more Good Morning LKN with Justin Ckezepis on the new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:06. Justin Ckezepis, Bills on the Sticks. If you have yet to sign up for the 12 Days of Christmas holiday giveaway, you need to do that now. WSICnews.com/holiday. You sign up, it's free. No jokes about it. I won't dilettante. I'll be very direct and very clear with you. You sign up, WSICnews.com/holiday. You fill out the form. You click submit the form. You get registered. It's free. And then starting December 7th through the 22nd, we give away a prize every single day. Maybe a scooter, maybe a karaoke machine, maybe an Echo Dot, maybe an Apple TV, maybe a 2-night stay at Greystone Lodge in Boone. Beautiful boutique hotel. There's nothing silly about this. It's very serious. I've taken on a new leaf. It is MonYAY. Happy MonYAY to you. 8:07. Let me take a sip. That's how you know I'm serious. That was just a normal, regular sip. There was nothing fancy about it. I've turned a new leaf over the weekend. Really in the past 4 minutes. Only going to be serious on this show going forward. If you're looking for that lighthearted humor, you're not going to find it here anymore. I'm very serious. Bill, what are you looking at on that computer right now?
Alaska, it's dark.
It is dark.
It's dark there, so I was trying to learn a little bit about it.
Could you handle no sunlight?
No. I can confidently say that, and all jokes aside, I could not handle no sunlight.
I, without question, could not handle no sunlight. I have new neighbors, relatively new neighbors, a couple months now. They lived in Alaska for a while.
Okay.
And
how'd they
deal?
How'd they deal?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's probably tough. I think the nighttime was easier, they said, because then the logic was because they could go to sleep when they needed to. It's when there's the 23 hours of sunlight that it's very difficult to kind of keep your clock going the right way. Because like if it's always sunny outside, even though it's not Philadelphia, you still, like, your internal clock is like, oh, well, I need to be awake because the sun is out. So while it's dark out, at least you can go to sleep, and then you have the artificial light inside. But whenever it's sunny all the time, you've got to have, the blackout shades and all that kind of stuff, and you've got to, like, really set a clock internally and, stick to it to have any kind of normalcy.
Right, yeah, so it's called the polar night, from what I'm reading.
And now the sun will not rise again until January 23rd, the day before my birthday.
66 days. Wow.
Yeah,
There's
24th.
something about that.
Yeah, she's clearly it's tied together.
Very cool.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this serious tone the entire time.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for you to
be done with it.
break.
What
You'll
if I
break.
don't break?
You'll
though?
break.
You think I will?
No.
I
Yes,
think
I do.
You don't think I will?
I do think you will.
You think I'll break?
Yes.
You think because I can't handle being serious?
No.
Is that what it is?
I just don't think you.
You don't think I'm a serious
and I mean
person?
this respectfully. I don't think right now you want to be serious.
I want to be serious.
No, I mean serious when we're talking about serious things, but when we're having a good time, wishing everyone good morning. Maybe we don't have to be as serious.
There's new sports betting rules approved by North Carolina Lottery Commission.
Really?
That's serious. The rules have been approved, but no launch date confirmed yet. I'm seeing this
So still not January?
Nope, still not January. Seeing this from Representative Sain's weekly newsletter. So January 8th is when the hope was it would begin, or when it can begin, but it's not. The deadline to launch is June 15th of 2024. That's serious business. How many dollars do you think are waiting to spend on sports betting legally in North Carolina?
Oh my gosh, couldn't fathom.
Billions?
Yeah,
Per year.
eventually.
Per year.
I would imagine.
Starting off, first 12 months of sports betting in North Carolina, how much money?
Oh,
How many
have
dollars worth
no
of bets?
idea.
Make it up.
$900 million.
Okay. That's a fair number.
It's the number. Ain't no guess.
12 months, first 12 months in North Carolina, sports betting. Got a couple of major teams,
We do have some major teams.
several minor teams, college.
Yes. There was that college hockey game over the weekend.
I'm gonna say 1.3 billion.
1.3 billion.
Yeah, within the first 12 months, the amount of sports betting that will take place within the first 12 months in North Carolina. I'm gonna say 1.3 billion.
And this is serious, Justin.
Serious as a heart attack. Right here, right now.
Right. 1.3.
1.3 billion
Or cut it.
dollars.
Or cut the program.
Get rid of it. Get it out of here.
Slashing prices.
We're not. If you're not making the mark, you're out of here. I'm gonna treat you like Biff. If you're not hitting your marks, if you're not making your cuts, you're out. I don't care if you're a senior or not. You're leaving. You're out of here. Is that okay for a coach to say that?
Absolutely.
He said it. You know what I'm talking about.
You talking about the head coach at UNCC?
Yeah.
Coach Pogge?
Yeah. He's also. Did you know he welcomed Jim Harbaugh to come hang out with him on the sideline during the suspension?
Yeah, they're friends.
They're good friends. Didn't they coach together?
Yes,
in a previous life?
Volunteer coach there.
He's a volunteer coach. The phone's ringing right now, and Bill's going to pick it up. 844-STUDIO-4. Sports betting in North Carolina. The rules, proposed rules are out. The date is not set yet. It's got to have by June 15th. My bet, first 12 months, $1.3 billion worth of sports betting will take place in North Carolina. You may not like that. I'm not going to be betting on sports. I can tell you that right now. Because your boy would lose every single time. Even though I know more about sports than anybody. Ask Joe Berg. Wait till Joe Berg comes on at 8:30. He knows I know more about sports than anybody. This is really hard to be serious for this long a time. Should I make a joke real quick while Bill's on the phone? Let me make a joke real quick. Knock, knock. Who's there? Knock, knock. Who's there? Knock, knock. Who's there? Orange. Orange who? Aren't you glad I didn't say knock, knock? It's a pretty good one. I'm not big on dad jokes. Best dad joke, 844-STUDIO-4. I got a t-shirt for you, a Panthers t-shirt, 844-STUDIO-4. You can't burn it, though. You can't put it on the end of a stick and burn it. You have to actually wear it. 844-STUDIO-4. Best dad joke. Love to hear it. You can also say good morning to somebody if you want to this morning as well. Yeah, so sports betting is obviously going to happen here in North Carolina. It's continuing on. Representative Tricia Cotham announces her reelection bid in Mecklenburg County. So if you recall, Representative Cotham is the one who switched from the Democrat Party to the Republican Party, really solidifying that supermajority at a time. And she's big in education. So when she flipped parties, it was a big deal. I actually I responded to a random representative's tweet, like a commissioner in, I don't even remember where, some part of North Carolina, over the sorry, I got a text. I'll have to address that in a minute. You can wait, Ben Daniels. I tweeted back at a representative who was talking about this judge who was elected, who switched parties. He was a Democrat when he was elected, and he switched to the Republican Party. And this commissioner in particular, or somebody, I can't remember, I don't remember. He calls for the judge to be removed. How dare you switch your party in the middle of after being elected? And I asked a simple question. If it's a nonpartisan role, why do we care what party he's with? Isn't a judge supposed to be independent of party? It's an independent role. What are we doing tracking parties of independent roles? We got to figure this whole thing out. This whole thing. Let's figure it out together. App State won this weekend. Oops, sorry, bad.
Keep it right here. Justin will be right back with more Good Morning LKN on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Happy Thanksgiving. From all of us at WSIC, we hope everyone is able to spend some time with those that they love. Join the Cornelius Parks and Rec Department this Saturday for the 12th annual Light Up Cornelius, presented by Novant Health from 4 to 7 p.m. in downtown Cornelius. Festivities will include holiday songs, train rides, a sledding hill, food and craft vendors, and a visit from Santa. See you Saturday! Want to see more than 5 million Christmas lights at one time? Speedway Christmas is back. Happening daily, the amazing Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through January 7th. The show is open 6 to 10 p.m., rain or shine. The Infield Christmas Village is open Thursday through Sunday nights. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway, now through January 7th. For tickets, visit charlottemotorspeedway.com. Community singers of Lake Norman are performing again Christmas style. December 3rd in Morrisville, December 5th in Huntersville, and December 11th in Cornelius, each evening at a different church. 3 shows, 3 nights. Community singers of Lake Norman. For more info, visit lakenormansings.com. The community singers of Lake Norman. lakenormansings.com. The Docksiders, performing at Kane Center for the Arts on Saturday, December 9th, are almost sold out. The Docksiders will take you back to the year 1981. Their unique and electric tribute act of yacht rock features songs from Hall & Oates, Christopher Cross, Kenny Loggins, and more. The Docksiders, Saturday, December 9th at Kane Center for the Arts. To purchase your tickets, visit kanearts.org. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Coming off a beautiful weekend, we'll have slightly cooler temperatures this week, starting with Monday, partly sunny with an afternoon high near 57 degrees. Heading into the evening, clouds will start to roll in, and there will be a chance of rain, 50% chance of showers, mainly through the overnight. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Your home for non-stop Christmas music. Starting at 12 a.m. Thanksgiving Day.
Good Morning LKN continues now on WSIC. News, talk, now.
Good morning, LKN. 8:18. Got to get a look at the streets. We've got Jeff with iCats on the phone. RideICats.com. Alternative transportation. Just $3 to commute to the city of Charlotte each way from Iredell County. Jeff, how are the streets looking? Jeff? Hold on.
South and north.
Sorry, Jeff. Go ahead. I cut you off there for a second. How's the streets looking this morning?
Good morning, Justin. 77 northbound and southbound. Around the lake to Huntersville, you got your normal slowdowns. Besides that, traffic is flowing pretty good. I haven't heard of any problems on the secondary roads in the Statesville-Mooresville area. There's no accidents to report at this time.
All right, Jeff. Well, thank you I'm glad the streets are clear at this Thanksgiving week. We do expect tomorrow and Wednesday to get a little crazy, but for today, we do appreciate you looking out for us, and I hope everyone drives safe.
All right. Have a great day.
You as well. All right, RideICats.com, alternative transportation. Streets are clear. We like that. Tuesday is the day that ICATS goes to the VA hospital in Salisbury. So if you've got appointments at the VA, you may want to change them to Tuesday because it's only $1 to commute each way with ICATS. So it can save you a couple bucks there, save you the hassle of having to go out. You schedule a pickup, too. I think they pick you up right from your house. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing to have. So we were talking about we were talking about there was a tweet that I had seen, and I responded to the tweet. I'm not, it's not the end of the world. Chris Suggs, he is a Kinston City Council member and currently the youngest elected official in North Carolina. That's what his Twitter profile says. So he says, in one of his tweets, he says, 2 of my district court judges in North Carolina's 8th Judicial District, Lenoir, Greene, and Wayne counties, recently changed their party affiliation to Republican after voters elected them as Democrats in 2020 and 2022. So here's my problem. If you go to the ballot box and you vote straight ticket, do you really know what you're doing? Do you really have a conscience? Do you really understand what's going on? Is that the name of the game now? Like, get the party affiliation and just run down the ticket. It's been that way for a long time. It's not new. I'm not saying it's a new thing.
Right. It seems like absolute.
It's very absolute. And to a degree, hey, there are some extreme polarizing differences in the parties at this point. I don't know if the parties have the parties ever been more extreme?
It certainly doesn't feel.
And maybe it has been, and we're just young.
Sure.
There's been a lot of election
age.
cycles.
Sure.
Yeah. It just seems like there are such extreme differences on the roots of each party at this point that it's hard to venture into kind of his territory of, well, what is the individual person about? Is there anybody like actually speaking out and says, hey, forget the party, I'm about this? Like, do people talk like that?
I think that's a refreshing voice that I would love to hear. And I think a lot of people may start their campaign trail like that, and then eventually it teeters off into a...
Because you got to win. I mean, it comes
Right.
down to winning, and that's
Right.
and then whenever the election's over, then you kind of get back more to. Well, maybe actually people don't really get back really anyway. You just go more extreme into whatever you're going into at that point, right? I mean, you really don't. I was gonna say get back to center, but center's the fake fight in the middle until you win, and then they go extreme.
Sure.
So, is there anybody truly centered? Is there anybody truly centered that could win? Do you think the Kennedy? Do you think Kennedy is center or no? Because he's now gone libertarian. He's not running under the Democratic ticket anymore.
I think by pure optics, it will look center, right? Because it'll look Republican one way.
Right.
Someone else, Biden the other way. Who's that guy in the middle?
Do you think Biden ends up as the nominee for the Democratic Party?
I think that would... I just hope not, for some reason. Vibes alone tell me I hope not. I don't know.
And it's like, it's sad because he's our president. And so
Right.
like we want whoever our
Right,
president
I want
is,
to root for him.
We want to root for our president.
Right.
But it's hard to root for that.
Right.
He fell down, I think, the Air Force One steps again. There was a video I saw again on Twitter. And this is the hard part about the internet. You don't know the exact date when it lines up.
Sure.
But it's not the first time, and it's not the second time. I don't even think it's the third time he's fallen down the stairs on Air Force One during his
Stairs are
presidency.
kind of tricky, though.
Sure, but
Pretty
they lowered him.
vertical?
Like there's the main door that where like the presidents come out of and they walk down the stairs.
Right.
They moved him to the lower part of the plane, like near the rear of the plane, so the stairs aren't as steep. And I'm pretty sure it was the rear ones now where he fell, and it was in like a foreign country. How's San Francisco doing, by the way? They
Spick and
staying
span.
clean? They staying clean now, or?
I'll do a little research.
I saw a few videos that looked like there was some unruliness beginning to happen. People not too happy with the CCP flags flying around there in San Francisco. How about that? How about on that entranceway, no American flags, only Chinese flags that I see in the streets whenever President Xi was coming in and he was coming through the streets, and it was only CCP flags. I didn't see any America flags. Are we kowtowing? I mean, what was the purpose of the conversation? Like, hey, like do they just finally say in the room, like I know there's this antics in the politics on it, but do you think they really sit down in the room and say, look, dude, are you going to stop manipulating currency? Are you going to stop? Are you going to stop this communism? Are you guys still killing after the firstborn? Are y'all allowed to have 2 babies now? Or are you just killing every baby after the first? Like, where are y'all at with that in this world? It is 2023. Y'all want to be like Hamas? That's what y'all want to do all day? Isn't that interesting? Like, are we going to ever, like, be honest about some of these conversations, like, on a mass scale? Because they've got to be happening in closed-door rooms, right? Surely. Hey, China, are we ever going to address the fact that you guys developed COVID in a lab and then you dispersed it in the world? Are we ever going to talk about that again, or is that not allowed?
It's very interesting.
Yet this dude's coming to San Francisco. We're cleaning the streets, lined it with barriers. President's going out to see him. You got Newsom just admitting, yep, we're only cleaning up for foreign leaders, not for our own people. We don't care about our own people. You got him admitting that on television. Is this okay? Are we blind at this point? Do you think most people are blind? Do you think most people are this blind?
No,
are we this blind?
I think everything's so muddy right now that it's really hard to throw an idea in the ring, because there's almost like a argument, or you could be criticized for having an opinion.
Of course. That's illegal to have an opinion in this country.
Right. It's just really muddy. It's just really muddy. And I think,
as far as 12 years. So to think about that, like in Congress, I mean, that's a long time to let some of this legislation develop, to see what's working, what's not. But you got to get fresh eyes in there. The problem, I think, is that nobody really wants to run.
No, why would you?
I don't know. I don't.
Why don't you run?
No.
Right.
Because it's all nonsense. You can get a lot more done from the private sector than you can the public.
Sure.
The public sector is the barriers. The private sector is the, get it done. Is that allowed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to just call it barriers, but it's like that's where the rules are. That's the rule making the private sector implements. Public should not be implementing. The government should not manage anything. The government can make some rules and some outlines, but then they need to kick it over to the private sector to manage. Because I've said it before, the government is one of the best managers there ever was, right? We all know that. It's factually true. They've managed every dollar and every penny to the T, exactly how it should be managed. Every program that the government has ever tried to self-manage has been flawless. I mean, look at USPS. Absolutely amazing. Look at the Treasury. Absolutely amazing. Aren't they independent, though? Isn't the Treasury supposed to be independent of the government, regardless of the political affiliation of the leaders that are in place? Shouldn't the Treasury be independent?
In a perfect world.
Do you think they're really independent? Or do you think they have like these secret backdoor, like, hey, I'll meet you in the closet on the 4th floor?
Absolutely.
Meet me in the closet. I'll be there. The light won't be on from the outside, but when you come in, turn the light on when you come in, and then you'll see me in there. I bet you those conversations happen.
Yeah.
They definitely do.
Right.
What if
it's human nature?
What if Nixon would have never got caught with Watergate?
What if?
How would the trajectory have changed? A lot of these people aren't getting caught, right? Like, that's all it is. And some of them are getting caught and then just nothing happening.
Right.
Like, and not to bring up a sore subject, Hillary Clinton bleach bit hard drives, had her personal stuff accessible to the world, and nothing happens. And then look at the lawsuits and the decimation of personal lives that's taking place now at a political, which isn't new. That's not new either. But I just feel like with like the internet and social media, it's just all changed. Like, how can any of it be true? God, this is a rough. Why did I go down this road on Thanksgiving week? We need to shift this around. We need
Are
to
people
shift
going to
this
police?
around.
Are we going to have police on the internet?
They already are. There was a new FCC rule I sent you over the weekend that I was reading about. Supposedly now the FCC, there's a new Biden administration rule that just got introduced to the FCC that got approved, that they can basically regulate the internet. This was the FCC. That's how they're trying to do it, is under the FCC at this point. That's sketch.
Right.
I don't think they'll ever be able to actually accomplish it with the way the technology actually works. I think as we go deeper into the sketchness of everything, like the undertows of the internet, right, become more accessible, more tools. Like if you think about crypto, right, and the concept of utilizing VPNs and these wallets and what's it called? Decentralized, right? There's a big decentralized portion of the internet that most people have no idea exists. I think some of that comes surface level, and that becomes more mainstream as far as accessing those parts of the inner workings. We got Joe Berg with sports coming up next. Happy Thanksgiving week. WSICnews.com/holiday.
More Good Morning LKN with Justin Ckezepis is coming up on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
This is Daniel at NC Auto Repair. Stop by and see us at 1015 Davie Avenue. From now until the end of the year, we're offering 10% discounts on all oil changes for teachers, medical workers, city and county workers. From now until the end of the year, stop by and see us at 1015 Davie Avenue or call us at 980-223-2957. No appointment needed. Remember, if you want to go far, you've got to service that car. NC Auto Repair.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Coming off a beautiful weekend, we'll have slightly cooler temperatures this week, starting with Monday, partly sunny with an afternoon high near 57 degrees. Heading into the evening, clouds will start to roll in and there will be a chance of rain, 50% chance of showers, mainly through the overnight. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Hi, this is Susan. I'm excited to let you know that Lake Mountain Coffee is now available for private events. Our beautiful historic building with its 360-degree mezzanine has hosted many private parties, catered diners, and even an actual wedding. Please contact Andy at 704-252-1886 for more information. Thank you so much.
When you have problems with your air conditioning system, you need SHA Mechanical, serving our region since 1975. SHA will make sure your system is in the best condition at the best times. Call SHA Mechanical at 704-872-8708.
Buying gifts in this economy? Forget about it. Introducing the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. For your chance to win, register online at WSICnews.com/holiday. Kitchen essentials, tech toys, kids gifts, a mountain getaway, and much, much more. Oh, yeah. WSIC's 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. Winners will be drawn each weekday morning on Good Morning LKN starting December 7th through December 22nd.
Now, more Good Morning LKN with Justin Ckezepis on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
WSIC, we're back. Good morning, LKN. 8:32. Wow, that was a weird start. I just slid right back into the chair. Let's see. Joe Berg, WSIC Sports Director from Studio A. You there, sir?
Absolutely.
All right. How was the weekend?
It was a long weekend, I'm not going to lie. You know what I actually did is I went to the Renaissance Festival.
Oh, how was it?
It was so much fun.
Did you dress up?
You know, I didn't, but I did wear, like, colors that were with the vibe.
What colors were with the vibe?
I don't know, just, like, dark, earthy colors.
I thought you were going to tell me, like, teal or something like that. Earthy color? I guess that makes sense. Browns, like...
Yeah.
Leather? Leather, is that what you thought of as, like, leather?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. How was the sports weekend?
It was a good sports weekend. We actually had the Las Vegas race go off without a hitch in Formula One.
And did you watch any of it?
I stayed up for that whole race.
You did?
I did.
That's late. What time did it end?
It was about 1:30 or so, or I'm sorry, about 1:45, 2 o'clock or so.
Okay. And what time did it start here locally?
Just before 1.
Okay, so it wasn't like a super long race.
No, so Formula One... Anything with a European sport is completely different than American. There are no commercials during the event, and they're quick and most of the time timed, so they don't go 4.5 hours.
What's been the sentiment from Las Veganites since the race?
I still think they're not happy because the strip is still under construction, but for race fans who lived in Las Vegas, all I've been seeing is positive remarks about the race because it was entertaining.
I wonder for Las Vegas. I've been there once. I've not traveled there a whole lot, but it's like a big like tourism destination, obviously, and there's a bunch of expos and different seasons throughout the year. Thanksgiving and Christmas time traditionally, I'm just not familiar with what's super popular in Las Vegas. So, like, when they transition then from this F1, is it hurting another sector? I just don't know that answer.
I don't think so. I lived there for a year, and it's going to be booming no matter what. No matter what time of the year it is, there's going to be tourism downtown. There's going to be people on the strip. Thanksgiving's a weird one, though, because I feel like, people like to go to Vegas for Thanksgiving for some reason. And it's going to take them a while to deconstruct the track and get the strip operating again. I don't know if they're going to do that by Thanksgiving.
How much time is it going to take to deconstruct the Panthers and get it right?
A little bit longer than what it took for the F1 race, that's for sure. The Panthers, I think the word that we can use now is miserable. They are a miserable team. I can't think of any other way to put it. It's not entertaining to watch. It hurts, and they need to do a complete overhaul.
Will Frank Wright be fired by the end of the season?
I think it's cemented now that Frank Wright's going to be gone by the end of the year.
Do you think he makes it the rest of the season?
That is the tougher one. They really don't have any good winnable games coming up, do the Panthers? Next week they play the Titans, and the Titans sound like a game that's winnable, but they have a brand new quarterback who, we don't have a lot of tape on. So then you got the Buccaneers and the Saints, a couple division games, and then the Falcons.
Is there any way mathematically the Panthers still make the playoffs?
No, mathematically, they're not eliminated yet just because the division isn't the best.
I like it.
But realistically, they are eliminated.
How about locally? Any? Give me some positive. Did Huff win their game at least?
I don't think you want to ask that if you want positives.
That's okay. They fought a good fight, I hope.
Yeah, 42-35 on the final on that one.
Okay, so one touchdown.
Yep, one touchdown game.
Okay, well that's good for they went the longest run locally. You can't hate on them.
They did, and I'll tell you what. In the same 4A conference, the 23 seed Independence still winning. They just beat the 2 seed Watauga.
Yeah, Independence has been in this game a long time. I don't know what their formula is for how they maintain success. I don't know if they have the same coach as they've always had or anything like that, but they definitely have been a powerhouse, team for quite some time. Going back to the NFL, I previously broke the news that potentially Bill Belichick would go to the Chargers. I do have some updated information that potentially going to the Washington Commanders. Bill Belichick becoming the coach of the Washington Commanders. Do you think that there's any validity or chance that that happens?
I do. These dynasties that we see, they never end the way you want them to. Tom Brady walked away and went to another team. Bill Belichick can't rebuild a team right now with Mac Jones as the quarterback with no weapons. Here's the thing, though. If he does leave, he's the GM of the Patriots. I don't know if either the Chargers or the Commanders will give him GM roles.
Well, maybe he's at a point of life where he doesn't care.
I don't know if you would want to go to a lesser position, you know what I mean? Because he runs the show there.
I mean, but for the right dollar amount?
That's true, for the right dollar amount. And, the new owner over in Washington, he's from the Washington area. It might be the way he goes.
I would get paid to not coach. Who's the other coach that got paid not to coach? He's getting his full contract, whatever, $36 million.
Matt Rule.
Well, Matt Rule's one, but he's coaching. He's coaching for Nebraska. But there's the other coach. Who was it, Bill? You know who it is. Bill's over here. He's rubbing his head right now.
There's a lot of coaches that get fired and they get to keep their contracts.
Jimbo Fisher.
Jimbo got like $70 million for his buyout.
For not coaching. I'm saying, what's going on in the world right now? Okay, I'm glad that the Bill Belichick, my sources were accurate. So maybe the Chargers, but looking more likely like the Washington Commanders. Should we get Riverboat Ron back in Carolina then?
No, I don't think so. I've been saying this. I don't think that we should have a retread head coach again, just because it seems like that's the way that the Panthers have been going. And this is going to be a little bit out of there, I want somebody new.
Okay.
Ben Johnson, offensive coordinator for the Lions.
Okay, what about Ben Johnson gets you excited?
The Lions are 8-2. The Detroit Lions are 8-2. They haven't been 8-2 since the 60s. They have Jared Goff as their quarterback.
Is that because of purely the offensive coordinator, though, or what are the pieces that are making that happen?
Well, they have a decent team. They don't have a world beater of a team. They have a great scheme. Their head coach is great. He's a motivator. Dan Campbell, if he was available, I would say spend as much money as possible to get Dan Campbell. But the next best thing is their offensive coordinator. That offense has been cooking. And we need an offense and an offensive-minded guy who's going to help Bryce Young. It seems like he doesn't have any help right now.
He doesn't have much help when the offensive line just literally steps out of the way for defenders to just come right through the line.
Oh, that is the worst part.
Pretty sad.
That is the worst part.
What's going on in hockey? Anything new?
I mean, hockey's been hockey. I was watching the, let's see, what game was I watching last night? It was the Buffalo Sabres and the Chicago Blackhawks. I wanted to get a look at Connor Bedard, the number 1 overall pick, the guy who's supposed to be even better than Connor McDavid. I wasn't that impressed, but you know what? It was one game. Carolina's been faltering a little bit here. They're still 10-7 winning record, but they are the 4th team right now in the Metro. And that division is going to be brutal for the entire year. So we really need to get our goalies going again. I'm going to yell about this until I'm blue in the face. They should try and trade for a true number 1 goaltender. But once we, get healthy again, they should be able to move back up the rankings.
Do you think the Hurricanes make the playoffs this year?
I do. Yeah, I think they win at least one playoff series also. I think they're a really good team.
What about basketball? You've been following a bunch going on there? Start of the season?
It's the start of the season, yeah. We still have the in-season tournament going on, which is, I don't know how people feel about that. They're trying to get eyes on the league, and it's just really not working as well as they would hope.
It's probably hard, right? You're getting into the thick of football season right now, which arguably is the most watched sport in the entire world?
Well, in the U.S., it's the most watched sport, that's for sure. But it is, and it's always been like this with the NBA, where their season, the beginning and middle of their season falls right in line with football, but for some reason, they just keep losing ratings. I don't know. There's a few factors in this. It could be either because it's become very political, the NBA, which I've heard a lot of people say that's why they don't watch anymore.
What's the deep politics of the NBA? Like, what's the most political thing going on in the NBA right
now? They're vocal about politics. That's what it is the players are vocal about things. And not to mention they have their thing with China that a lot of people don't like.
What?
Also,
what don't they like about China?
Well, the NBA has their agreement with China where they go play there every now and then. The games are shown over there.
Yeah.
So they're real buddy-buddy over there, The other thing is NBA players don't play a full season anymore. They play like 60, 70 games just because they don't feel like playing the second game of a back-to-back. Doesn't happen in other leagues. The NHL, players all over the place playing 80, 82 games. So I don't know if it's the political stuff that people don't like about the NBA, or if it's nobody's playing and the regular season doesn't matter, and there's only 5 teams in each conference that don't make the playoffs. I think that's the more important thing.
Yeah, did you see LeBron at the end of the game? He got the mic, he took it it was like on national TV. He was like, "Yeah, Trump 2024." You remember that?
Did he really?
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
I missed that one.
Oh, yeah, no, so that kind of stuff happens. What about locally with basketball? The seasons have all kicked off now, I think, for all the local schools, right?
Yes, they have. So all the local schools have been kicked off today. Actually, there is one team that plays today. It's South Iredell.
South Iredell. Shout out.
They are playing today. They had a game earlier in the season, so they didn't technically start their season with everyone else, but they played today.
Okay. Anybody you got your eye on locally? Which of the teams you're kind of thinking maybe has a shot here at going some level of distance? What do you think?
Well, it's still early, obviously, as the season has just started.
Sure.
But I'm looking at some of those teams down a little farther south of us. I'm looking at Mooresville and Lake Norman. They always seem to have competitive programs. And then who knows? You could have a couple of teams up in the Statesville area surprise people.
We like that.
Go deep into a regular season run and then into the playoffs.
Real quick, favorite dish at Thanksgiving, go.
Mashed potatoes.
With gravy or without?
With gravy.
Oh, my boy Joe Berg loves the gravy. WSIC Sports Director, you can catch the scoreboard with Joe Berg Monday through Friday, 6 to 7. Appreciate you, Joe.
Thank you.
There's more Good Morning LKN on the way from the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. Happy Thanksgiving. From all of us at WSIC, we hope everyone is able to spend some time with those that they love. Join the Cornelius Parks and Rec Department this Saturday for the 12th annual Light Up Cornelius, presented by Novant Health from 4 to 7 p.m. in downtown Cornelius. Festivities will include holiday songs, train rides, a sledding hill, food and craft vendors, and a visit from Santa. See you Saturday! Want to see more than 5 million Christmas lights at one time? Speedway Christmas is back. Happening daily, the amazing Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through January 7th. The show is open 6 to 10 p.m., rain or shine. The Infield Christmas Village is open Thursday through Sunday nights. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway, now through January 7th. For tickets, visit charlottemotorspeedway.com. Community singers of Lake Norman are performing again Christmas style. December 3rd in Mooresville, December 5th in Huntersville, and December 11th in Cornelius, each evening at a different church. 3 shows, 3 nights. Community singers of Lake Norman. For more info, visit lakenormansings.com. The community singers of Lake Norman. lakenormansings.com. The Docksiders, performing at Kane Center for the Arts on Saturday, December 9th, are almost sold out. The Docksiders will take you back to the year 1981. Their unique and electric tribute act of yacht rock features songs from Hall & Oates, Christopher Cross, Kenny Loggins, and more. The Docksiders, Saturday, December 9th at Kane Center for the Arts. To purchase your tickets, visit kanearts.org. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Coming off a beautiful weekend, we'll have slightly cooler temperatures this week, starting with Monday, partly sunny with an afternoon high near 57 degrees. Heading into the evening, clouds will start to roll in and there will be a chance of rain, 50% chance of showers, mainly through the overnight. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
Non-stop Christmas music on Thanksgiving Day.
Call now to speak with Justin Ckezepis at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Ooh, good morning, LKN 848. I was just kind of going to sing there starting off. I didn't know the mic was hot. My gosh, what a MonYAY. Happy MonYAY to you. 12 days of Christmas approaching rapidly. Starting December 7th through the 22nd, we will be giving away prizes every single day here on Good Morning LKN. WSICnews.com/holiday to register to win. No purchase necessary. More terms and exclusions and conditions apply. All of them that you could imagine. Oh my goodness. It's happening. The sun isn't shining.
All right, guys. We're here for the good, the bad, and the ugly, presented by Nelson Royals, the store with the horse on top. Get all your outdoor saddlery, workwear, boots,
Western gear,
all your needs.
Buckles. You a big belt buckle guy?
I'd like to be. Yeah.
They got a whole display case of belt. They are nice belt
Yeah.
buckles. They got some nice. David's got some nice ones in there.
Nelson Royals.
If you've seen the horse on the roof, you haven't gone too far.
That's it. All right, so I got some, well, I'm not going to call it good, bad, and ugly. I'm just going to give you 3 pieces of news.
You decide.
Right.
I'm going to categorize them. I'm going to categorize. Don't even tell me. Don't even tell me. I'm going to categorize them.
Okay. App State.
Ha! Good.
What a weekend.
Great weekend.
What a weekend. Hockey team wins a 6-5 game in uptown Charlotte Knights Stadium. Outdoor game, outdoor hockey match, 4,000 packed.
I tried to find tickets, and they were like, it was very difficult to get tickets to that.
Right. I mean, it's a intimate kind of cool atmosphere, and I think it went off without a hitch. Very successful and a great game.
Yeah.
So they won 6-5, and then they beat JMU on Saturday.
After game day, everyone on game day said no way.
Right. You are correct. Everybody was voting for JMU. App State comes in to a hostile environment and gets the is it an overtime win? Yeah, it was an
overtime
overtime
dub.
win.
Yeah, with the touchdown.
Yes. Have you ever been to Dix Park Conservancy in Raleigh? Yeah, it's like a park. So Dorothea Dix Park in Raleigh, they are they're doing something interesting over there, which I just wanted to get your take on. They're taking a couple of the power poles that go through the actual park, and they're turning them into sunflowers. Right, so they're going to make them look a little more aesthetically pleasing, right?
That's at Dorothy Dix Park?
Yes, in Raleigh.
Okay.
Yes. So I thought that was interesting. The other thing, and I just wanted to get your take on this SpaceX launch.
Yeah, the big deal. What was so big about it?
Well, ultimately, we're going to use this. It's all a build-up. NASA's sending people to the moon.
Space? It's to the moon.
To the moon in 2025, Artemis 3.
Oh, so we're going back to the moon.
We're going back to the moon.
I like it.
And we're going to use a SpaceX ship.
You know, SpaceX, like I've watched, several where they launch and land. Like that's their big things, that they're reusable.
Reuse, yes.
And that they can land like regular, down like upright.
Right.
It's pretty crazy.
Now this SpaceX 2, the goal I think was for it the launch to last longer than their original launch into space. The original one took 4 minutes. This one was 8 minutes.
How long does it take to get to the moon?
I'm not sure. A little bit longer.
It's a few days, isn't it?
But did you see the video?
I did.
Of,
from
like, just
Mexico.
People, yeah. I mean, powerful video.
Yeah.
That's
the
crazy.
rockets.
Yeah. So they destructed this one, so they lost it all. But it did make it further. I think they had some of the engines got way too hot. So they couldn't really complete the next leg. But the overall goal was to last longer than last time. We keep going longer and longer and longer. Eventually, we'll make it to the moon.
Yeah.
So 2025 is the goal.
I'd be for that. I'd go back to the moon.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go to the moon.
Right.
You wouldn't find me in a small container with limited oxygen in a dark space. You won't find me doing that.
So that's my good, bad, and ugly.
Kind of.
Put them where you want.
Well, let's see. Okay, so back to the top. App State, obviously good.
This is good.
In fact, I'd say great.
Right.
Because now we're bowl bound.
Right.
App State is bowl bound.
Bad if you're not an App State fan.
That's right.
Right.
Sorry, but not sorry.
Correct.
Let me put it to you that way.
Like that.
Dorothy Dix Park. So power poles turning into sunflowers out there.
So
we
how
like
do
a
you feel
little
about that?
aesthetics. We like
I
a
like
little Willy Wonka action.
Well, I mean, we're spending money on all sorts of stuff anyways. Why not just make things look a little nicer, a little more creative?
If there's one thing the government does well, it's spending money.
Right.
And if they're going to spend it, I don't know how many people venture to Dorothy Dix Park, but maybe
State
a
Capitol
lot.
seems pretty big.
Right, but Dorothy Dix Park within the state capitol.
Right.
Are a lot of people going to Dorothy Dix Park?
Yeah, I'm sure you frequent there on the weekends, especially weather like we just had.
Do you?
I have.
When's the last time you've been to Dorothy Dix Park?
I don't think I've ever been there. I've probably only been to Raleigh twice.
In your whole life?
4 times, yeah.
And out of those 4 times, you've never gone to Dorothy Dix Park?
No, I've always gone for like a wedding or a football game, or had a very, in and out destination.
And of all these activities, how many of them have ever been at Dorothy Dix Park?
None so far.
Okay, so I'll say good. I'll say good on that one. Aesthetically pleasing. It's hard to hate on that.
Right.
Like the counter to it would be, why are you spending money on this? That's the counter.
Right.
I don't know what it cost. Was it state money? Was it local money? If it's local money, the local constituents there can pick their battles, what they want to spend money on. SpaceX. I'm going to throw a twist in SpaceX. Okay. And I was thinking about this as I saw the video over the weekend. I'm going to put this in bad.
Okay.
I'm going to say bad. Here's why.
I
think there's a conspiracy taking place here.
Do tell.
Elon Musk wants to go to Mars and start civilization on Mars.
No doubt.
Because
Big Daddy Mars.
Because the environment, because Earth isn't going to last however much longer, that we can all make up a number because nobody really knows. But here's the real problem. All these launches that are taking place, you see the fossil fuels being burned every time them rockets go off into space.
Expediting the process?
He is causing the issue that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right, we've become the very thing we've sought to defeat.
That's I was watching this video, I'm thinking to myself, dude, this dude is burning holes in the ozone left and right with these rockets.
Right.
And I'm supposed to believe that he's the answer for fixing the environment and really it's just starting over of civilization? I don't believe it.
It was a powerful looking machine.
Dude, that's just one.
Right.
They do launches like daily.
Right.
That was one that was just because like it was going really far. But like,
Sure.
dude, they do that all the time. And then you think about the cost and the impact on the environment it takes to make a Tesla. And they're the leader in the EV space.
Mm-hmm.
They're making more EV vehicles than probably anybody. I'm guessing. I'm making it up right now. They're making a lot of units. Prices have gone down. You don't buy a car as an asset. It's a depreciating liability.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But he's killing the environment. Elon Musk is killing the environment. That's the truth. Counter me.
I like the take.
Counter me. I'm serious. He's killing the environment.
How long until we have a electric SpaceX?
Well, I mean, hey, if it's, I think you'd be better off with solar at that point once you're out in space, right? Isn't that really what you want is solar?
Right.
I think a lot of the components are solar.
Sure.
That are on there, like maybe some of the arms, gadgets, coffee maker inside,
like that, right.
you know what I mean? Different things like that, if I had to guess. When are we going to figure out how to make oxygen from nothing? That would be the bigger question I'd have. Because Earth has oxygen within the atmosphere. Does Mars have oxygen within the atmosphere?
Man, I don't know.
Because you're going to go to a place where you got to make your own oxygen.
Well, excuse me. I know that there's no oxygen on Mars. We cannot just walk around on Mars.
So my point being, when we get there, we're going to trust that the people who are in control of making the oxygen.
Who can tell me how to make some water? I'm telling you, we know what's in water.
So when Elon, because
water.
I wouldn't be surprised if there are secret missions going on to Mars.
Right.
There definitely are. We're going to test some
Space
things.
race.
There's going to be some testing going on. Someone's getting there. It might be Matt Damon.
You got to militarize it.
Movies come from real ideas. Matt Damon's been to Mars.
Right.
Means we've been to Mars. Somebody's been to Mars. We've sent somebody very, very far. No-name person that will never know who it was, and they have died on the battlefield, right? That's what's taking place.
Man.
But they want to get there first because you got to create the resources and the infrastructure first.
Right.
You got to get there, then figure out how to make oxygen and water. You figure that out there. But isn't that the whole thing with the pictures that we saw, the pictures we saw from Mars, that there are pools of water there? Isn't that why we believe it is a viable option?
I think it's like the closest.
I'm just throwing it out there right now. Elon Musk, you heard it here first. Elon Musk is killing the environment. Self-fulfilling prophecy.
I like the take. I like the take.
You know what else is? You know who is the true person we should look to each day? Pat Shannon.
Pat Shannon.
The world's greatest broadcaster.
Indeed.
We're going to hear from him at
He's
9 o'clock. He is a pro. He is definitely a pro. I think Pat Shannon could get us to Mars.
I would definitely go on a Pat Shannon to Mars trip.
That would be fun.
Right.
He'd have to host it the entire time, though.
Yeah.
That'd be a long broadcast.
I can't wait. He would just tell us to buckle our seatbelts. Be awesome.
And then hang on and enjoy the ride.
Hang on. That's it. Caller,
That's
your name.
Yeah. We could do a special home ad for Mars, right? What are you selling? I got some rocks. I got some rocks, right? They're red.
They're red.
They're red.
That's some red rocks.
All right, fourth caller today with red rocks. Pat Shannon coming up at 9 o'clock, the show where you can buy things, sell things, trade things. You got a birthday, you got an anniversary, you tell Pat. Because Pat put your name on the list, and then at 10:45, spins the big wheel. You win Daylight Donuts. What's up, Jody? They're closed on Mondays, though. They're not open right now. Daylight Donuts is not open right now. Boxcar Grill, free salad bar. Also, free coffee or smoothie from Lake Mountain Coffee. Then at 11 o'clock today, you got Representative Jeff McNeely coming to you from Studio A. I'm sure he's going to have some updates, what's going on in Raleigh, what's happening locally. He might even have a guest on today. Check him out 11 to noon every MonYAY. And then noon to 3, Todd Starnes. Got to get that national political fix. Get it in. 3 o'clock, today's Real Talk, the real estate show. Probably going to have Josh Deering of the Deering team, part of Sirhant. here with me in Studio C. And then you got Joe Vagnone, host of Local Biz Now. Patrick Reynolds of Waves Entertainment going to be on with him, co-hosting that show. And then 5 o'clock, you got Brian Summers, the most local man in Statesville, and Joe Berg at 6. I love you, my kids. Have a great day.
The new 105.9 100.7